Dobar vam dan i dobrodošli u našu posebnu emisiju u kojoj nam je gost dr. Erik Perl. Njega vjerojatno većina vas poznaje kao začetnika jedne nove tehnike, relativno nove tehnike, koja se zove rekonekcija, odnosno rekonektivno isceljivanje. Dr. Perl je imao svojevremeno vrlo uspješnu kiropraktičarsku praksu u Los Angelesu, sve dok jednog dana, ili bolje rečeno jedne večeri, se nisu počele događati neobične stvari u njegovom stanu. On je osjetio da u njegovom stanu ima još neko, da ima nekakav uljez, provalnik, i uzeo je nož, uzeo je suzavac i uzeo je svog dobermana i otišao tražiti ko je to. Međutim, iako je obišao cijeli stan, nikoga nije našao, a stalno je imao jako izražen osjećaj nečije prisutnosti. To uopće nije bilo ugodno, međutim što je mogao? Vratio se, odspavao i sutradan otišao na posao kao i svaki put. Ono što se počelo tada događati vrlo neobično. Njegovi pacijenti koji su dolazili kod njega na tretmane kiropraktike počeli su prijavljivati, javljati mu se i govoriti da ih više ne boli nešto što ih je boljelo, da su osjećali da ih dodiruje prije nego što bi ih fizički dodirnuo. Počele su se ispravljati nekakve urođene deformacije i jednostavno to se nakon nekog vremena nije moglo ignorirati. Cijeli taj put od tog trenutka kad su se počele te neobične stvari događati, pa evo do danas, Erik je opisao u svojoj knjizi Rekonekcija, rekonektivno isceljivanje, a imamo ga i danas pa će nam on iz prve ruke reći što se sve događalo. Međutim, evo za početak, ja bih najprije njega pozdravila, da vam kažem možda par riječi. Erik, welcome to our show and welcome to Croatia, to Serbia, to Bosna, to Slovenia, to all the region that listen to you.
Well, thank you very much. I always love visiting that region.
Da, Erik uvijek kaže da voli doći ovdje i to zaista i dokazuje, evo već nekoliko godina dolazi, na čemu smo mu izrazito zahvalni. Now, Erik, please, how is to be Erik Perl today?
Well, that's a very interesting question. I think maybe you should answer the question in both languages. I'll answer, can translate for me to Mariana consent.
Okay, that can be. So, pitala sam Erika kako je biti Erik Perl danas. Okay.
It's not an easy question to answer.
To nije jednostavno za odgovoriti jer ga niko do sada nije pitao.
So, I can tell you a little about my life. Let's see. I get up in the morning and I do all the normal things everyone else does. I shower and brush my teeth and get dressed and make sure my hair looks as good as it can.
Dakle, Erik se ustane ujutro kao i svatko od nas, opere zube, istušira se, odjene se, napravi sve ono što bilo ko drugi ljudi radi.
And I think about what I'm going to do for work that day.
I razmisli što će raditi taj dan.
Now, if it's on a Wednesday, then instead of getting into my car to drive to work or onto a bus or a train to go to work, I get on a plane and I fly to work.
Dakle, ako se radi o četvrtku, onda nekad sjedne u auto i ode na posao, nekad sjedne na vlak i ode na posao, a nekad sjedne na avion i ode na posao.
So 2 weeks ago I flew from Brazil to Cartagena in Colombia, and yesterday I flew from Colombia to London where I am today.
Dakle, prije 2 tjedna je letio iz Brazila za Kolumbiju, pa je letio opet jučer iz Kolumbije u London gdje se nalazi sada.
Then I thought, it's been 3 weeks since I had a haircut. I ran out, I got a haircut. I got my computer all set up and I'm here to begin my day with you.
Dakle, sjetio se da 3 tjedna nije bio kod frizera na šišanju i onda je otišao na šišanje, vratio se, postavio sve na svom laptopu da bude ovdje sa nama i evo ga ovdje sa nama.
So we'll do our interview today, and I'll have others. And starting tomorrow, I will be presenting in London at the Hay House I Can Do It event.
Dakle, on će sada imati intervju sa nama. Prije nego što je došao kod nas je također imao neke obaveze, čekali smo ga. Nakon ovog našeg intervjua ima još jedan, a onda sutra ima jedan event sa Hay Houseom. I can do that, ja to mogu napraviti. Tako da, evo, Erik je jako zauzet. Erik, if I understood well, you are almost 50 weeks, on 50 weekends you are on seminars and some events, right?
Well, closer to 40, but yes, a lot.
Nije 50, nego bliže 40, ali između 40 i 50 vikenda Erik je na seminarima, na eventima, na predavanjima. It is really remarkable. Okay,
it's so a lot of weeks.
Yeah, I agree.
And next weekend, we will be teaching in Los Angeles, the weekend of September 11th.
I idući vikend će biti u Los Angelesu također, će imati seminar podučavač.
But obviously, very soon, we are going to be in your area.
A vrlo brzo bit će ovdje i kod nas na našim prostorima.
We will be in Zagreb. We'll be in Zagreb on, I'm looking for the dates right now, which I don't see right this moment, but I know we will be there. Oh, here we go. We will be in Zagreb at the Westin Zagreb in Isidora, and it will be starting October 9th and running through the 13th.
Doći će naravno i u Zagreb i bit će u Zagrebu u hotelu Westin od 9. do 13.10. Tako evo svi vi koji ste zainteresirani ili koji ne znate da li je seminar Rekonekcije za vas, vjerojatno će vam ovaj intervju odgovoriti na te vaše nedoumice, tako da evo mi sada krećemo sa pravim pitanjima. Okay. Eric, considering seminars and everything, how is possible that after just 4 days of training program, people are ready to work session of reconnective healing for others? Pitam Erika kako je moguće da nakon samo 4 dana seminara ili treninga, da je moguće da svak se zapravo izuči da bi mogao isceljivati sebe i druge.
Because if we don't complicate what we're doing, we find that there's an elegant simplicity that allows us to do reconnective healing.
Ako ne kompliciramo, tada otkrijemo jednu elegantnu jednostavnost koja nam pomogne da zapravo onda radimo za druge.
The reason that learning techniques and other processes take a lot more time is because they are needlessly complicated.
Ako sam ja dobro shvatila, kaže da razlika između ovoga i drugih tehnika je u tome što su ove druge ponekad nepotrebno komplicirane, oduzimaju više vremena.
There are steps, there are procedures, there are rituals, and there are fear-based protections in most techniques. And none of that is in reconnective healing. Yes, with reconnective healing, we teach you how to completely let go of the techniques, the complexities, and the rituals. Reconnective healing is not another energy healing technique because it is not a technique at all. It is a way to rise above technique and to facilitate healings that are far more comprehensive and far more immediate. Do your readers know, or do your listeners know, are they familiar with the background story of how this came about? Oh, okay. Are they already familiar with this background? That was my question. Yes, okay. So then, understanding this, we understand that the world does not need another technique. The world is looking today to step in to an evolution that is not only a gift, but really today it's a responsibility. It's a responsibility for us to step into, to truly continue our evolution here on this planet. Necessity, in a sense, to learn this. There's a time urgency, but let us not confuse urgency with fear. It's not as if something bad will happen if we don't learn this. It's just that our potential is to grow and evolve into something far more great than we've already stepped into. And it's time. It's really time now. You know, when we teach this work, we teach it in a certain way so you can gain the simplicity of it and begin to apply it immediately. So for example, when we're in Zagreb, starting on Friday night, October 9th, we will give a 3-hour presentation of this work to the public. We will talk about the history of reconnective healing, the philosophy, the science. We will bring up volunteers from the audience and give live demonstrations of the healings so that you can see the reality of this work. We will give everyone there an opportunity to begin to feel this in your hands, and we will begin to teach you how to work with it. And that's just on that Friday night. And there's more. That will also be the beginning of the Level 1 training program. The Level 1 training program will continue onto that Monday. We will continue onto that Monday. And, we'll continue onto that Saturday and Sunday. It will continue onto that Saturday and Sunday, and what will happen is, let's say, for example, that you attend the program. Well, we'll all be in chairs, and you'll watch me from a stage do a demonstration, and then we will all go to massage tables. We will all massage tables. And what will happen at the massage tables is that you'll stand at the head of a massage table and someone else will lie down on the massage table in front of you. Then we will show you how to find these frequencies in your hands, how to feel them, how to play with them, how to work with them. And the teaching assistants and I will come around and help you make those discoveries. As you do this, you will start to witness some fascinating things right in front of your very eyes. You will witness the person who's lying down on your massage table. You will see them go into involuntary movements of their fingers or their arms, or their legs, or their hands. We'll show you how to accentuate what you're doing to increase their response and to increase the feelings and sensations for you. Then you'll trade places with them so you get to experience what it's like lying down as they work with you. Then we'll go back to our chairs, have more discussion, and more teaching and more learning. After that, we will continue by demonstrating a new level of the work. You'll go back to the massage tables again. We'll practice some more. And we'll continue that way throughout Saturday and Sunday, which is the level 1 of the training program. We teach you mostly how to do this on a personal level, which means we teach you how to do self-healing. We teach you how to help your immediate circle of friends and families. It doesn't make you a professional yet, but we will continue to teach you how to become a professional reconnective healing practitioner. And for those of you who choose to do that, the training program will continue on to that Monday or Tuesday. Let's understand that Zagreb is really, and this whole region, ready for healing. It's our growth, our balance, whether it's on a personal level, whether it's from tragedies that were generations ago, or this generation, whether it's from conflicts that are existing because we're holding on to old things, whether healing brings us about the ability to move forward in a consciousness of love. And there is so much love in the region that reconnective healing is here to help us better learn how to access this. So, after that, as we continue, for the people who want to learn this on a professional level, you'll continue on that Monday and on that Tuesday. And we will do such fascinating things, such as we will bring in volunteers from outside of the seminar who don't even know what to expect or what to anticipate. And you will begin right there to facilitate your first professional reconnected healing sessions under our guidance right then and there. We will also teach you how to do this via distance, so you can work on people from different parts of the city, the state, the country, the continent, the planet. We will teach you how to do this holographically. We will teach you subtleties and nuance that seem so small, yet they so greatly, powerfully enhance the healing experience for people. And we will teach you how to begin, to start up, to set up, to build, to develop your own reconnective healing practice. As many of you realize, energy healthcare is the fastest, the largest growing field today on the planet. And reconnective healing is considered to be the leader, the largest movement within energy healthcare today. Understanding this, once you complete level 2, the professional level of the Reconnective Healing Training Program, I can pretty much promise you 2 things. One, you will be able to do anything and everything in the way of this field of energy, healthcare, and beyond that I can do. And 2, you will be able to do anything and everything in the field of energy, healing, and beyond that any human being you've ever heard of anywhere on this planet can do, whether they were raised by monks living in a cave on a mountaintop in Tibet, or whether they opened their own church deep in Brazil, whether they studied 33 techniques, whether they've learned techniques, whether they think that they've perfected upon technique, because here we get to gain the only true level, the epitome of excellence, and that is from transcending the techniques to access something that is our both our God-given right and our responsibility. So what questions do you have for me? Because I've been doing all the talking.
I have millions of questions. Ja imam jako puno pitanja za Erika. Prvo bih ga pitala, zanima me ta spona rekonekcije i znanosti. Stvarno me zanima što je to znanost otkrila o rekonekciji. Drugo što me zanima je to što je on rekao da nakon seminara zapravo svak može raditi što i on, pa me zanima da li to mogu samo neki pojedinci, da li to može svak, odnosno drugim riječima, da li ipak sa vremenom i sa praksom postajemo sve bolji praktičari ili je dovoljno samo to jednom i to je to. Ovo ću za sada, onda ću se vratiti sa drugim pitanjima, stvarno ih imam jako puno. Erik, so few questions in one. First you mentioned science, so I really want to know what does science say about reconnective healing? So what tests did you make? What do they say? Where is reconnective healing in use in the world? So that is first. And my second question is, you said that after seminar, everybody can do the same as you do. So to be honest, if I want to go to some healer, reconnective healer, I would prefer to go to you, as you have so much experience, right? So is that really so that after seminar, really any reconnective healer can do as same as you can do? It sounds fantastic.
Okay. You have two questions. What's the science and can anyone do this? Let's start with the can anyone learn to do what I'm doing? Part of the question. Yes, anyone can learn how to do this as well as I can, and as well as any healer on this planet can do healing. Does that mean that everyone will learn how to do it that well? Probably. Does that mean that everyone who learns how to do it that well will then practice it that well? Not necessarily. Everyone who comes out of medical school probably comes out with the same education. Do they all practice medicine equally well? No. Why? A lot of times the question is, or the answer is, ego. But let's translate that much so far, and then I'll explain more. The ego says, I have studied many healing techniques, and I want to add the techniques to what I'm learning with Rekonektiv healing. That ego is what blinds the practitioner from understanding that the perfection of what they're learning is the transcendence of technique. For example, energy healing techniques are like wonderful training wheels on bicycles. They teach us how to master the bicycle, but they only teach us so much of how to master the bicycle. The beginning of how to master a bicycle. But to truly master the bicycle, the training wheels have to come off. Ego in the energy healing world wants to continue to add training wheels onto the bicycle and doesn't realize that until they're willing to remove the training wheels of technique, we'll never master the bicycle itself. We'll only master the bicycle with training wheels until they are willing to let go of technique. We will continue to master our energy healing techniques, but we will never master healing itself. So if you're looking to find the reconnective healing practitioner who will bring reconnective healing through at its highest, at its fullest, Google up their websites and make sure that they no longer practice energy healing techniques. Make sure that they have removed the training wheels of technique from the bicycle of healing itself. Once they do that, they have given themselves the ability to bring reconnective healing through at its fullest. But the moment they add to it, the moment they add a crystal, a wand, a healing piece of jewelry, any of our healing toys, any of our techniques, any of our protections or rituals, the moment they add, then they leave the fullness and perfection of what we have access today. So what is our lesson today? Well, part of our lesson today is to learn, A, that ego is not a mistake. God didn't accidentally drop ego into the human being and go, oops, now I'll never get it out. Ego is a teacher. And we learn best from ego when we don't allow it to dominate our choices and decisions, but instead, when we allow it to inspire our choices and decisions.
Ono što želim pitati je sljedeće. Može li se iscijeliti svaka osoba koja dođe na tretman ili je ipak odluka o tome da li će se i na koji način nekoga iscijeliti u rukama neke, ne znam, više sile, nazovimo to Bog, univerzum, što god. Eric, I want to know, does every person who comes to Rekonektivno healing can get healing, can get well, better, healthy, or decision about whether that person will be healed or not is in hands of God, of universe, whatever?
I think every decision is in the hands of God, or call it love, or call it Allah, or call it the intelligence of the universe. Call it what you will. And it is this God, this intelligence, this love that gives us the parameters in which we get to play and we get to make choices. But it's all within the parameters of something larger. For example, when we're giving the seminar this October in Zagreb, it's held physically in Zagreb, just as sometimes I hold it in Ljubljana, just as sometimes we hold it in Serbia. But the people come, whether it's Belgrade, whether it's Ljubljana, whether it's Zagreb, from the whole area, because we've made choices in many different areas. And this is just one area. We've made some choices that, aren't the happiest. But we're also making choices to step into love and forgiveness. That's why the entire seminar is being translated into all three languages, Croatian, Serbian, and Slovenian, because in a healing seminar such as this, we are coming to learn together, to live together, to love together. And as far as our healings come about, no, we can't always make specific promises or guarantees as to what results the healing will take. For all we know, some of us may need our illness to give love, and some to get love. Some for our own lessons, some for the lessons of those around us. Well, we might think that we're willing and able to let go of a certain health challenge. Maybe we're holding on to it because someone else is still learning from it. Maybe it's what brings us to the seminar. Maybe it's what we allow other people to witness by witnessing our healing in front of our eyes. And maybe part of the healing from all coming together becomes the human healing of the interrelationships between the people in this part of the country, in this part of the world. You know, we can look at the healings as the end product, or we look at the healing as the process and the journey. Science views it as the end product. So for example, just this past year, the University of Arizona in the United States published a study in a peer-reviewed scientific journal that showed that just minutes of reconnective healing was more than twice as effective as physical therapy in restoring range of motion to the limbs of the body. We can talk about study after study after study of what reconnective healing can do. But I don't think that science is set up yet to study the effects that it has on human life, human love, human nature. And really, healings come from sharing love. Now, how is love shared? Well, that's something different. How is love shared? Well, one, you bring your hand near someone else's hand. Their fingers start to move, their body responds. Science would say that's energy. Great. Everything is energy. Energy, light, information. But the communication field is also love. The communication field is also love. Love returns us to a state of balance. What is it when we fall away from health? Is that we fall into a state of imbalance. When we fall out of perfect health, we enter into an imbalance. Love, light, energy, information brings us back to a state of balance. Balance mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, relationship-wise. Reconnective healing changes our relationships for the better. Actually, it even improves our sex life. Don't tell anybody. It throws us onto our career paths. It allows us to evolve as human beings in all levels. And when you learn how to do reconnective healing, you're a catalyst for someone who opens the doors for others who come to you in your life to evolve. You can plan to do this on a personal level, or you might choose to become a professional reconnective healing practitioner. and find that maybe the way you've been supporting yourself and family up until now has been lovely, but maybe there's something more. Maybe there's a way that feeds your soul more, makes your heart sing, and gives you the ability to support yourself and your family by spending all day, each and every day, touching as many people with the gift of healing as possible.
Sounds great. Eric, we are almost up to time. So for the end, what can you say after so many years of practicing reconnective healing? What would you say? What changes do you see around you with people that come to your seminars or people that you are healing? Is this time different than it was 10 or 20 years ago?
Yes, when this started, the majority of people coming to the seminars fell, well, a lot of the people in coming to the seminars, I won't say the majority, but a lot of them fell into categories such as being very, very what I call woo-woo, spiritual, metaphysical, wearing turbans and moon and star earrings, tie-dyed clothes, and energy healing backgrounds. That was one group. These were the people who always felt that they knew better. And because of their feeling that they already knew better, their own learning became limited. And then came people from a more scientific background who were often there intentionally to challenge, but not for their own learning. This has changed dramatically. I guess because there is so much science supporting reconnective healing, and because the consciousness of the world is changing, that we find that most people who come to reconnective healing seminars are very, very mainstream. They're from all backgrounds. They're bank managers, they work in departments, they're CEOs of companies. Sometimes they're government people, or they drive a truck, they drive a bus, or they're high school students, or they're college students wanting to expand their education. Many of them are mainstream medical doctors, nurses, physical therapists, coming from a lot of different areas. Hold on one second, I lost the picture. And here it is again. Okay. And it's usually about 50% men, 50% women. The world is recognizing that there's more than what we've been taught, what we've been explained. And they're looking for the reality of this. I used to say that when reconnective healing first came about, that I might have had problem getting into a hospital if I were driven up to the room in an ambulance. Today, I present reconnective healing in hospitals, universities, the United Nations. We speak to governments. We speak to all people around the world, but the most exciting is that we are teaching to the mainstream. Even people who are masters and grandmasters in the energy healing world are recognizing that the technique approaches that we used to learn up until now have been our limitations. They've been our glass ceiling of limitation. We haven't been able to stay in the techniques and master the bicycle. And they want to master the bicycle today. And medical doctors and nurses and physical therapists are saying that medicine, we have a responsibility to offer more to our patients. So the world wants to learn this, whether it's on a professional level or whether it's on family level.
Eric, will you say something to close? Do you have some message for all of us here?
I think the most important thing is always to listen to our heart, to take judgment out of the picture, and to realize that we are being driven to rise to a new level of who we are, of giving love, of receiving love, of sharing love, including sharing love in this form of healing. And I think we tend to experience this at a very high level when we all come together in the region. Croats, Serbians, Slovenians, the rest of us in this region sharing something so intimate and non-political with one another. I very, very, very much look forward to seeing everyone in Zagreb, whether you're only there for the level 1 training program, October 9 through 11, or whether you're there for the full program, including the professional program, October 9 through 15. And realize once you complete that full program, October 15th, that is your step towards becoming a foundational reconnective healing practitioner. And the foundational reconnective healing practitioners will be the only reconnective healing practitioners as of 16 recognized by us as practicing on a professional level. And we're thrilled to have this new group coming in to this region of the world, and I can't wait to get there. Got most of this, Svamir. It's been wonderful to have you on the program with. And Nora, I see you with us also. Thank you for joining us. And thank you, Karmen, for having me on as your guest.
Thank you very much. Eric, we will stay longer here in show because people have questions about seminar and some others, so practitioners, Svamir and Mariana will go on. Thank you very much for coming. I hope that we will have some another chance to have you in our show again. So till next month, I wish you all the best, great journey, many fabulous experiences, and a lot of happy new practitioners. Thank you very much.
True. I didn't realize. It's only a month away until we see you. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Bye-bye.